With you. Welcome, all three of you.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about San Diego 211 and how this plays into the wildfire awareness.
Yeah, on a normal day, 211 San Diego answers about 2,000 calls from San Diego residents about personal crises, be it food insecurity, housing, or utility assistance. During disaster, we transition into answering calls about non-emergency information, such as evacuation zones, road closures, and shelters set up by the American Red Cross.
So is it as easy as dialing 211?
It is as easy as dialing 211.
What happens when I call?
When you call, you're going to be speaking to a 211 employee or a trained disaster response team member, as well as county workers that are going to be able to tell you information about you and your specific location, where you can go, and what services are available to you.
Yeah, that's a scary time when you dial 911 or 211. You got people that are really, there's a lot of anxiety there, and I'm sure they're trying to calm them down and go kind of calmly through the process.
Absolutely, and we work closely with the county and the 911 system. One of the things that goes on, because we're able to answer those calls that are non-emergency related, then that frees up the 911 line for those people that are in true emergency situations.
Okay. Emily, you've brought a backpack full of supplies, and I get to say that I'm a good citizen because I have my emergency supplies not only in my car but in my house as well, and I should put one under the desk here on the set. Tell me about this.
Yeah, so this is a 3-day disaster preparedness kit that basically has enough for one person. This is a refillable water container that you'd want to fill up with water, batteries for a flashlight, we've got a radio inside as well, first aid kit, some bars that would count for your food calories for the day if you need to, and some toiletries as well. One of the things that you can find at preparesandiego.org is a checklist that you can download to build your own kit entirely. It has a list of everything that you should have in it, or you can purchase one that's ready-made. It's a little bit more expensive to purchase one ready-made, but the work's already done for you.
Yeah.
So, but if you'd rather create yours, you can go to preparesandiego.org, which we run in partnership with San Diego Gas and Electric.
I have two questions for you. Why the 3 days?
3 days because in the large-scale disaster, it might take up to 72 hours for help to arrive. So you want to be able to
people don't understand that.
yourself.
They think the help arrived. I mean, when our house was in the middle of the fire zone, it took several days before we saw anybody that would help us out. So we had to fend for ourselves, including water, because the water was shut off. So that's one question. The second question is, how long should you keep this? This doesn't stay good forever.
Right, you do want to refresh it. Some of the items will last longer than others, but you want to replace your water, replace your food, check the batteries, and update any materials about every 6 months, just to make
every
sure that
6 months. Okay.
Just a quick check through of it.
That's good to know, Emily. Thank you. And Steve, I know SDG&E has all kinds of meteorological. You're a meteorologist at SDG&E. Tell us a little bit about the tools that you're using to spot wildfires and how this helps our community.
Right. Well, it all starts with situational awareness. So one of the first things that I'd like to point out is we have 170 weather stations that provide us temperature, humidity, wind speed, wind direction every 10 minutes. And that isn't just for the utility, it's for everybody out there. It's publicly available through SDGEweather.com. And you alluded to the cameras. This was a partnership between the HPRN folks, the University of Nevada, Reno, to install these pan-tilt zoom cameras on strategic mountaintop locations across the county, which give us the ability to pinpoint the location of fires as soon as they're reported. So just yesterday, there was a small fire near Campo, and right away the fire agencies were on there and pinpointing the location of that fire and sizing it up within moments of getting that notification.
I know that quite often when we have disasters, whether they be floods or high winds or fires, power lines can come down. What should we do?
Well, one, if you see a wire down, you need to call 911 and the utility immediately to report that wire down. Stay away, do not approach it. Assume any wire on the ground is energized. That's first and foremost.
And what advice do you give people who have homes in fire-prone areas, like further out east, away from the city? What sorts of things should they be doing to prepare for fires?
Well, one is maintaining this constant awareness of the conditions. We're in fire country. In Oklahoma and Texas, that's tornado country, and people have that on their minds. Here in San Diego, we need to be aware that this is fire country, and there are things that they should be doing now. Having a kit ready, knowing where you're going to go if you're told to evacuate. Another thing is, as we get into Santa Ana wind season in the fall, the Forest Service has a tool called the Santa Ana Wildfire Threat Index, which rates these fire events on a scale from marginal, moderate, high to extreme, kind of the same way that hurricanes are rated, category to 1 to 5. And that can give people a heads up that, hey, something significant is coming, and then they can go to SantaAnaWildfireThreat.com and get recommended actions on what they should do to prepare for that event.
All right, we've given you a lot of information here. It's all available on KUSI.com, and we'll have links to each of these good people here and things that keep you prepared for the wildfire season. Always be aware. Thanks very much for being here. We'll be right back.